Hello and welcome to the tutorial on addition of 3-digit numbers and 10. Addition of 3-digit numbers and 10. So let's begin with a nice easy example. What is 348 plus 10? 348 plus 10. Now we're going to do this using the vertical format. So the first stage is to rewrite the question in the vertical format, in columns. So let's do that over here. 348 plus 10. Make sure you write it correctly. And we are going to label the columns. The first one is the units, the next one is the tens, and we've got the hundreds column. And what we do is we add the columns one by one, and we always start with the column on the right hand side first. Now when we're adding the number 10, we always have a 0 at the bottom. I'll show you here the units column. So we've got 8 plus 0. Well, that's pretty easy. That just remains 8. So we put down 8 over here. Now for the tens, again, that's this over here. It's 4 plus 1. Well, 4. Let's just remove that here. 4 plus 1 is 5. There we go. And the last one is the hundreds column. 3 plus 0 is, well, it's 3. And we have our answer. 348 plus 10 is 358. It's nice and simple. That is correct. Now let's do let's do one more example. What is 792 plus 10? 792 plus 10. Now again, the first step is that we should write these down in the vertical format. So let's do that. 792 plus 10. Now you probably gathered the key to this is to make sure that we write it down correctly. The 10 has to go directly below the 92, because when we label the columns we'll understand why. The right one is the units column, the one next to it is the tens column, and the first one is the hundreds column. And what we do is the same as what we did before. We begin by adding the columns one by one. Well, the first one is this column over here. It's nice and easy. 2 plus 0 is 2. Now we do the tens column. It's 9 plus 1. 9 plus 1 is, well, we know that. 9 plus 1 is, that's a pretty simple one, is 10. How do we write that down? We put 1 over here, and we put 0 over here. This 1 has now become part of the hundreds column. So we now add the hundreds. We've got 7. We don't have anything here, but we do have 1 over here. So 7 plus 1 is 8. And we have our answer. 792 plus 10 is 802. That is correct. Always remember that the key to this is to write it down correctly in the vertical format. If you do that, answering the question is a lot simpler. So that is the addition of 3-digit numbers and 10 using the vertical format.